Hello, my name is Andrew and I'll be doing an overview of trauma today. The word trauma is common enough and I believe most of us have a vague understanding of the events that cause trauma. But it's not the events that are trauma. Trauma is what happens to an individual and how the individual's biology reacts to that event. Someone may go through the exact same event as you, and they might experience no trauma, less trauma, or even worse trauma. And of course, trauma is the key ingredient to many mental illnesses such as schizophrenia or BPD. Now, exposure to one traumatic event is bad enough, but exposure to two of them, or a series of them, activates the body's biological stress response system, and that stress activation has behavioural and emotional effects such as limiting your ability to think. It tenses your muscles and maybe even causes a feeling of panic. There are biological and chemical changes that occur in the brain which can actively change your life, your well-being, and the reality as you know it. As the brain starts to filter your entire reality against this filter of the post-trauma. Now, stress in early life can cause biological embedding, which happens when the trauma alters our DNA, which can then lead to the development of personality disorders and other mental illnesses. Now, after a traumatic event, one that represents a threat to our personal safety, the brain and body are transformed. The threat invokes a physical and emotional reaction, which then activates our sympathetic nervous system. You may know that as the fight or flight response and the commonly forgotten freeze. When we experience a traumatic event, our body goes into that fight or flight mode, shutting down non-essential bodily functions such as hunger or needing to go to the toilet. The life event that causes that trauma can then make our brains recall it frequently, causing psychological stress responses and PTSD. The core reason for that is that after a traumatic event, the brain may continuously release stress hormones which make you relive the stressful event repeatedly. This is known as chronic stress. Studies also suggest that trauma can also make us more vulnerable to suffering physical illnesses and chronic physical illnesses. And if you'd like to see me cover that in another video, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.